How you doing, folks? Well, if the background of this video appears to be a little bit dark, it's because I'm actually standing on a street light. I like to record things when I have them, like in the spur of the moment. I don't want to wait until tomorrow, because by now and tomorrow 10 other things may come to my mind and I might have to write or make videos about different things. I started writing about the law of dependency, and I have not finished written that yet, so I just want to make a short video, for those who are going to come and read my writing before I actually finish. Actually, it's not even proofread as yet, but we get things so fast and we get inspiration so fast that we have to document them. We have to at least get our foot into the door with what we have, because by tomorrow and by the other day, other things are gonna be coming. So we have to be like quickly archiving, what we have. Someday will come when we're gonna be sitting down and actually editing stuff and proofreading stuff and get everything where it needs to be. I talked about the law of dependency, and I want to clarify that real quick as to what is meant by the law of dependency before people read the title and get the wrong impression. We might change the title in the future. We don't know. When we talk about law of dependency, we're not talking about depending on each other, people depending. We're not that kind of dependency. But what we're talking about is that this is about faith. This is about using your faith. And I wanted to let you know first that even doubts, when you act on doubts, it is still faith. In this case, when you act on doubt, your doubts becomes your faith, because your doubts, whatever you contemplate on, and it's the elements of your doubt, is now the elements of your faith, because that's what you believe in. If you believe that the thing cannot happen, then that is your belief. That is your faith. Your faith is your belief. So in this case, your doubts become your faith, and that is where you're gonna place your energy. You're gonna place your energy on what you think cannot happen, and you're gonna act towards that. And what that inspires people to do is to put things in place just in case this thing doesn't happen. They have something to fall back on. So they put things in place. That is doubt acting, because doubt is believing that the thing cannot happen. The positive thing is not gonna happen. Something negative is gonna happen. You put things in place to substitute that just in case the thing doesn't happen. Then that is your faith, because that is what your action is. That is where action is. That is your actual doing, and that is what is gonna become your faith. So when we talk about the law of dependency, we mean that now whatever you put in place instead of faith is your dependency. That is what you're going to depend on to act in case faith doesn't come through for you. And with the law of the universe, with the law that we are about to teach in these writings, is that whenever time you do that, that dependency is going to substitute your faith. So whatever you put in place, just in case faith doesn't work out, just in case the positive things doesn't work out, or the faith you should exercise did not really happen. People say you're living in a real world. No, you're not living in a real world, because there is nothing real about this world that you're living in. This world that you are talking about is just a manifestation of faith itself. It's a manifestation of people's action, of people's decision that they make, of the inevitabilities that comes together to produce the things that we're looking at. They have nothing to do with reality. Reality is that there is some one, somebody that is very, very powerful, that have a lot of power, that can do a lot of things, that sits around every day waiting for people to prove him or to give him a chance to prove that he really does have the power to do anything, to make all things happen. He's not being getting this chance. He's feeling bored, that he's not getting the power to work. People becomes doubtful, and they becomes doubtful in the power of the Almighty God, the Almighty Being that really does exist. So what they do, they use other things to substitute their faith. People are seeking for security because there is no faith. And anytime you put your trust in those elements, I call them lifeless elements, and believe in those lifeless elements and employ those things in your life to substitute your faith, your life is not gonna get better than that. So your faith becomes your fate because of the lack of belief. And the things that you put in place of your faith, that is what is gonna be your dependency. Whatever you prepare for, that is what is going to happen. Whatever you substitute in place of your faith, that is what is going to happen. I don't know how better to explain this on a very short video. What we'll write this all out in detail when it's due time. It's April 10th, 2018, and I'm just making this video. I'm just pretty much right now just tagging things until we get a time to write them, to make an appropriate video, about the subject, to deliver a speech, to speak about it in public places around a microphone. But if you get a chance to see this, then you get a chance to see history in his making. It's about the law of dependency, and this is what we're talking about here. Enjoy, follow what I'm doing, and please subscribe to the videos so that you can get to follow up on what we are doing here. We are about to break the chains that binds people's mind and to set the spirit at liberty through the power of God, to open the eyes of people, to let us know who we are, and to unleash the power of God in the lives of not just the people of God, but to all those who believe and who are inclined to positive thinking. Thank you very much, and have a great night.